Hey guys, today's video is a bit of a combination video. It is mainly about a plant haul, but is also about an update. I had a subscriber ask, or request rather, an update on a plant I unboxed, and that is coming towards the end. And thank you for that. Like I say, I do try and read the comments and I do respond. Sometimes if I don't, I just don't know what to say. Here you can see my watering cans. The one up front I do use, but that's only when I need to touch up some things, not everything, because it would take me all day. I have quite a bit of plants. My niece bought it for me, or had her parents buy it for me. She said Theo has to have it. And then here, I just got this one over the weekend. It's another inexpensive one. It is quite a bit bigger, and you can see the hole on top to fill is on the side. I thought that would be real convenient because I do have a tendency to spill water when I water my plants, so I could always hold the pot to one side. And it does have a longer spout, which is handy in getting plants like this or vines that have denser foliage, and you have to get down in there to make sure it gets into the roots, or at least to the soil. You don't want it to be pouring off a leaf. I've done that before. I thought I was watering something and it was just hitting a leaf and going off, and I'm like, oh, it's full. Look, it's overflowing. So you do want to make sure you're hitting soil. You can see here I do have a dragon fruit cutting. I have a rack where I keep my propagations in the kitchen, and that's where I have the mothers of my dragon fruit. Like I said, they are a bit scarred up, so they're not really display worthy, but they do provide plenty of pups for propagation, is why I keep them. Like I say, I can't get rid of something that's alive, or can't kill it anyway. So who knows, maybe I'll fix them up one day, maybe I'll just keep enjoying what they give me. But you can see it hit the bottom of the top rack above it, and it started to grow sideways. I didn't know about this little growth here on the end, the little 2 inches of growth there. And I didn't know about all these aerial roots. So I think I might even just plant it sideways, like lay it on the ground and cover the roots, and see if it throws up multiple branches. That would be pretty neat. To the plant haul part, here we have a Pilea aluminum. Very pretty silver variegation on it. Probably where it gets the aluminum from. And at all the nodes and the new growth, you can see it has a blushing effect from a pink to a red hue. Very nice. Everything I got for this plant haul was kind of more bought for foliage, because I mean they do bloom, but they're nothing impressive. This one here is a Maria Aglaonema. Very pretty again, just green with some spotting and striping, but it is a bit smaller. We did do some big box shopping, and you can see the ends were messed up. I had to dig through quite a few plants. I'm kind of picky when I buy plants. I can rehab some things, but some things just aren't gonna do it or aren't worth it at some point, so you know, you gotta choose your battles. Here I have pink blooming Kalanchoe. They did have other colors, and it was really hard to just walk away with one, but I did it. And I do have an orange already, so I figured pink would be nice. Maybe, you know, in the future if I figure out, well, after I finish my house and have room for where things belong, it'd be a heck of a lot easier, so you know, gotta wait. I have a raven zenzi or ZZ plant. This is a very small propagation, but I've seen them grow from less, and this actually does have a root on it. It looks like a little potato. So I put it in sphagnum that has been moistened just to make sure it gets a healthier root system and doesn't have no issues. This is a begonia. All it says is Rex begonia, so I will have to do a bit of research, but you can see started out with some spotting, and the newer, bigger leaves have even more spotting on them. It's silver and pink, really cute. It has a bit of ruffling on the leaves, which again adds a different layer of aesthetic to it. And it does kind of almost resemble a wing or a heart, so it's pretty in that aspect too. Here we have a frost peperomia. Let me make sure. Yes, that is what it is. You know, some of these things do come with names, not all of them. This is a purple passion plant. I've wanted one of these for a while, just because they are tender and kind of expensive online. I haven't gotten one. But I did find a smaller version here at a big box store, like I said, and I picked it up. So hopefully that one likes me, because I really like purple and plants, so you know, win-win. It's going to be a bit of a balancing act here for a second, because I am doing this one-handed. Here we have our update part of the video. I unboxed a Monstera dubia. It was supposed to be bigger when I ordered it, and they took some for themselves, which is okay. I mean, if they would have asked or said, I would have been okay with it, but it was a little bit unnerving that they just decided to do it and not send everything I purchased, but whatever. It did rehydrate a bit, but you can see that leaf there and the one next to it have some unsightly spots, so I did go ahead and propagate it. I cut it up into pieces. I think I got like 25 pieces that should be viable. A couple of them are wet stick propagations because the leaves were, like I say, severely damaged on some of them. Hold on, the dog almost jumped out of my arms. Here you can see we have a propagation. It does have a whip coming out, so it is growing, and quite the root system. It is tangled up in moss, but you can plant the moss. It's not going to do anything bad. It'll rot over time and provide some fertilizer, and until then it'll be moisture retention. Let me see if I can get a better view of the new leaf. It's about to unfurl, and I am planning on doing some plant giveaways. Maybe here in the next week I might put something together and do a little bit of a giveaway on this channel. So if you not subscribe so you can get the updates as to when that video comes out. I don't know what I'm going to give away yet, or if I'm going to make it just local or a widespread thing. That's still something I got to figure out. But I do have another box here I got to show you. Like I said, I did end up with like 25 of those Monstera dubias, so that's way more than I need. And that does develop into a long or tall trailing shingling plant. These leaves will stack one on top of each other very tightly, and they'll range from 6 inches to about 18. And they just keep growing up a tree is what they do in the wild. So if you can provide a pole or moss pole or wood pole or wood plank for them to climb up, they give a real pretty shingling effect. And when they get mature, they, like I say, they start very small at the bottom and continue to get bigger in size. The gray part or silver part on these goes away, and it develops fenestrations. A lot of philodendron are considered morphing philodendron. That means they change as they grow. They look like one thing as little plantlets and plants, and once they get to be mature, it's a whole nother monster, which is nice. Here I do have a Philodendron mayoii. It was a wet stick when we put it in here, if you remember. It has been almost a month, a little longer than 3 weeks. So you can see it has started to throw out a new leaf, which is nice. I'm not going to disturb the roots because I don't really have to. You can see enough from here. It is doing its thing. But another thing about a couple of these plants, or a lot of these plants that I have, they're what's called epiphytes. They can either live with roots in soil, or they can live attached to a house, a plant. Where they come from, they would be in a forest and they would grow up a tree and they would put their aerial roots into the tree, and that's how they would feed themselves. So if something came along and broke the bottom, it would be no love lost and the plant would continue its life. So it's something really neat about a few of these plants. So even if the worst happens and you do get root rot, you might still have some kind of a plant. I'm gonna have to end this video because I'm pretty much out of things to talk about, and this little monster is getting unruly. But maybe we can take a look and see what she looks like. Hey, Bébé. Hey there. It's a close-up. Like I said, she doesn't like to leave my arm, and she's getting wiggly now. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.